You guys this season, you guys have to embrace the hard. You guys have to embrace the uncomfort. You guys have to embrace those dark moments that make you feel like, dang, is it worth it? There's gonna be a lot of 5 a.m. workouts. There's gonna be a lot of dieting and things that you don't wanna do that's not glamorized, that it takes in order to be successful. The ball's gonna stop bouncing. It's gonna stop bouncing eventually. And all you have is this moment right now to prepare you for that and to maximize everything that God has given you. Don't get quiet now.
How you doing?
Coach Keith. I'll watch you on film.
Make sure we have our eyes and ears, man. We don't get an opportunity to get blessed with enough people that does right things, and not just in our state, but in the world, man. Wanted you guys to get an opportunity. This is going to be the first of many guys that we're going to try to bring in here to kind of help you guys to understand, man, that basketball is just going to be a vessel for you. We talk about it all the time, but I am a firm believer of that. Basketball got me in front of you guys, and as much as I am y'all coach, and I love you guys for it, it's one of those things that God put me here to allow you guys to understand that basketball can take you wherever you want it to. Remarkable. Got it? So pay attention. He's trained multiple guys. Jason is still in the league, Cavaliers.
Yeah, Jalen.
Jalen is in the league right now, the Cavaliers. Manny is still with A&M.
Nah, he's at OKC Blue.
OKC Blue. Jason's brother is at Arizona State.
Yeah, he'll be the first receiver off the board.
There you go. So all those guys, he has many more, went through his program over at Kingdom Performance. Kingdom Performance is in Plano. Again, whenever we met, he talked about it, and again, man, it's one of the best training facilities in the DFW area, right? And again, he's just remarkable. So eyes and ears, man, give it up for Coach Keith Spencer.
First and foremost, I just want to give honor and glory to God just for the opportunity, man, to be here, to be alive, to wake up, and to walk out the purpose that God has me on, right? And I just hope that this, this talk, this conversation we have, this interaction that we have inspires you, enlightens you, right? I mean, it's about empowering the next generation. That's why I got into coaching. And so it's a beautiful thing to be able to be here before you. So I always want to come humbly honor to God. It's great for the opportunity because I didn't have to have this moment. Thanks to Coach Gary for the opportunity again to come here. We missed last year, but the year prior when he was at Emerson, I got a chance to visit with his boys, and it was a remarkable experience. And so I'm all about helping you guys get better and grow as individuals. Okay. Again, my name is Keith Spencer. I'm originally from San Diego, California, born and raised, played basketball at a high level from very young all the way up. Graduated, went to a couple of different schools, and I'll get more into that. Ended up finishing at UTSA down in San Antonio. Graduated with a psychology degree and went overseas to play international professional basketball in the Netherlands. I live in a city about an hour away from Amsterdam, and I'm blessed to still be able to go there to train athletes abroad. Through those experiences of being a player and being a young athlete, it was always more for me, right? Like having the talent, having the size, having the natural ability, but just wanting more out of the experience is my why, right? Like I love the game, I love the competitiveness, I love the brotherhood, the camaraderie that it brings out. But as a young guy, I'm like, okay, God, this has to be leading me to something else, right? And as a 15, 16, 17-year-old man, I didn't have the understanding. I was just out there just like y'all, waking up every day and doing what I do. But then God showed me through those experiences of being a Division I and a pro athlete that it was about giving back to the next generation. So through playing overseas, I developed Kingdom Performance, which is my company, my basketball training facility that I've been running for 15 years. Again, like Coach said, we train a lot of athletes from beginner to high level, and it's really about meeting players where they are, right? It's about finding their why and finding what they naturally possess and putting them on a trajectory to get better, right? So it's not about the clout chase. It's not about finding the kid that's already on the trajectory, but about finding the kid that needs it, that wants it, that's hungry, and really doing life with them and building with them, right? That's the reason why I got into this space. So all the players that we train, from the Jalen Tyson to the Mannies, we've had them since they were 13, 14 years old, right? And they stayed the course, and they end up receiving the blessing that God has for them. So a little bit about Jalen. Jalen came to me at 15 years old. He had got cut from Allen his freshman year. Transferred to John Paul. I ended up building a relationship through his coach. I started working with him. Next thing you know, he's a top 20 player, you know, in the state. You know what I mean? Ended up being a top 40 player in the country. Ends up going to Texas, going to Tech, finishing at Cal. Ends up being one of the best college players in that season. Top 20 draft pick at my facility, right? So it's stories like that that keeps me hungry and keeps me going, and it's a reminder that, you know, God has me in the right space. Does everybody get to the next level? Absolutely not. But everybody walks away better. And that's what these coaches are trying to do for you guys. They're trying to use the game to instill principles that's going to help you guys be better men, husbands, fathers, entrepreneurs, workers, whatever you're going to be. You're going to need these things that's going to help you be successful, okay? So I told you all the great stuff. I told you about the Division I. I told you about the pro and the training facility and working with players. That's not why I'm here, though. I'm here to show you the scars because it's not that simple to get from point A to point B, right? When I was in college, when I first really started building my relationship with God and Christ and walking that path, I thought that it was going to be an easy road. Like, man, I'm here, I'm making a decision to follow, life's going to be a whole lot easier. That was the opposite, right? Things started happening. I started losing friends, right? I started losing relationships. Injuries started to happen. And all these dark moments started to come upon my life. But that was what shaped me to become the man that I am, right? And so you guys have been through a lot as young men, right? Probably personally. I don't know exactly what has happened. Probably as a team, as a group, things have probably happened. But the thing is, those dark moments is what's going to lead you to the light, right? So at my gym, before you even get to the actual court, there's a dark tunnel. And I wanted that tunnel for a reason, because when you're walking through and it's pitch black, that's a reminder. Right? That's a reminder that in that moment, it's not going to always be there. That moment is just a temporary time to just get you to when you get to the gym and the lights cut on. And now it's time to do it. Now it's time to work. Now it's time to grow, right? And so for you guys this season, you guys have to embrace the hard. You guys have to embrace the uncomfort. You guys have to embrace those dark moments that make you feel like, dang, is it worth it? Right? Whenever you get to that moment where you feel like walking away, you're right where you're supposed to be. If I ask you guys to raise your hand who wants to be a Division I athlete, everybody's hands are going to go up. Who wants to be a pro? Everybody's hands are going to go up. But it's not easy. It's a lot of dark times it's going to take to get you to where you want to be. There's going to be a lot of 5 a.m. workouts. There's going to be a lot of dieting and things that you don't want to do that's not glamorized that it takes in order to be successful, right? But if you want to be that, if you want to get there, it starts right now. It starts in this season. It starts in this moment, okay? You guys have everything that you need to be successful. You have the right staff. You have the right facilities. You have the right environment. But what are you going to do about it, right? Are you going to just wake up and just take it for granted? It's another practice. It's another game. I don't want to be here. Man, you know, man, we ain't going to win this season, man. We lost some good players. It's a new coaching staff. We don't know what to. Is that going to be your approach? Or are you going to embrace everything to be able to maximize your potential? Because the game is going to stop. The ball is going to stop bouncing. It's going to stop bouncing eventually. And all you have is this moment right now to prepare you for that and to maximize everything that God has given you. Okay? So before I got to even getting my gym, I was playing professional overseas. I was, reading my Bible, waking up, training, doing everything I felt was necessary to sustain my career. So I'm going into my second off season. The team wanted to re-sign me for 2 more years. My agent was like, man, hold off. I can probably get you something different. Take your time. Like, just keep working out. I have a camp for you to go to at the end of the summer, and then that'll open up your recruitment. 4 days before my camp, I have a dream. I'm asleep. Like, I'm working out, getting up 3 a.m, running, like going crazy. I had a dream that I hurt myself. I'm like, woke up in the middle of the night sweating, like, damn, that felt too real. So I woke up and I'm like, man, I think I'm good. I'll be all right, man. So I went for my second workout of the day. I'm on the Navy base in San Diego hooping, just running down the court. All of a sudden my ankle gives out, right? Bone cracked in 3 different spots. It was one of those injuries where the doctor said you were probably better off fully breaking it, right, than how it's cracked, because now it's going to take a little bit longer to heal. Okay, so I go through that recovery process that took almost a year. Something that seemed so minuscule ended up taking me almost a year to come back, right? In that moment, God was showing me, in that dark moment, God was showing me what my future was going to be. He was showing me what my light moment was going to be, right? Remember the vision I gave you of having a training facility. Remember the young men that I'm preparing for you to train and develop. Remember that. Remember those faces. I saw y'all faces before I was even here. right? Believe it or not. Remember those individuals that your life and in the trials you're going through, you need to go through this stuff so that you can be there for the next generation. That's the only way it's going to work, right? So came back after a year, had a couple opportunities, but God had removed that and released me from being a player to the now being able to train athletes at a high level, right? And so it is about the sacrifice. It is about the hard moments. It is about the dark times. And there's a lot of stuff that y'all gonna go through that does not make sense, right? Especially being your age. Your brains aren't fully developed. You're just trying to figure out how to get to the next day, right? You're not thinking too far down the road. But I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to really sit with yourself and really start to think about, why are you here? Why are you a part of this team? Why are you at this school, right? What does that look like? Start envisioning what the season's gonna look like. Start envisioning what each practice is gonna look like. Start envisioning what the goals are gonna be. Look at what the next day, the next chapter is gonna look like for your life. Start processing that. And every day start chipping away at it, because it's gonna be right in front of y'all. Okay? You guys have what it takes. You guys have what it takes, but you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to lean into the hard stuff every single day in order to possess what God has for you. And it's not going to be simple, guys, right? It's going to take each of you guys sacrificing yourself. Okay? It's going to take you guys sacrificing the things that you want to do for the things that you have to do for this team to be successful. Okay? So by show of hands, how many of you guys are happy with how the progress of your season is going thus far? Raise your hand. If you're satisfied, man, everybody's holding this, everybody's working, everybody's grinding. Okay, so not even half of the team. Okay? That's a problem. Okay? That's a problem. Right? You guys have to be on one accord. You guys have to all chip in order to get where you want to get to. It's very, very imperative for you guys to be have each other's back throughout this process. Okay? And so I want to tell you guys another story about the transition of my life and how God really showed me kind of what this moment was going to bring. When I was 15, I was coming off my freshman year. I was trying to figure out kind of what the next season was going to be. I had a successful freshman season, but I knew that there was more for me to do. I feel like I didn't fully give my 100% effort, right? And it was showing. So I had a conversation with my dad, and he really checked me. He was like, son, like, you're telling me all the things that you want to do. You're telling me you want to be a Division I athlete, right? But your worth ethic, your lifestyle is not matching the things that you say that you want to do. Okay? How many of you guys have that problem? Where the things that you're doing every day isn't matching the desires. Okay? So we've all been there, right? And so in that moment, he had to put the responsibility on me. He said, son, I'm not going to tell you to work out anymore. I'm not going to tell you to get up and run. I'm not going to tell you to sacrifice anything else you want to do. It's your responsibility, right? This is the stuff that you said you want to do. So y'all said y'all want to get Division I scholarships and go pro and have a great season, correct? Yes. Correct? So you have to take the ownership. It's not on your parents. It's not on the coaching staff. It's not on anybody else but the guys that's in this room. So when I took that responsibility, things started to shift. Right? The results started to come after that. So you guys have to start really leaning in to your why. Start leaning into the responsibility that you guys have as players. Okay? Because each of you guys have something to offer. And so I want you guys to start thinking about, what do I possess? What is my superpower? Right? What is that thing that I can bring to the table to help this team be great? Right? And it doesn't always come in statistical form. It could be something mental, it could be something physical, it could be something spiritual, it could be something that you just bring to the group, because everybody's not going to be able to play. Everybody's not going to get equal minutes. Everybody can't go out there and average 20 and 10. That's just not going to happen, right? You guys are going to have to win by committee, right? And so what are you going to bring to the table? I like to consider that's like a potluck. When you go to a potluck, everybody's got to bring something. Everybody's got to bring something, and when we all sit down, we all have everything that we need to enjoy our time and to have a good meal. But if half of y'all bring something and half of you guys don't, it's going to be more people than it is going to be food. And y'all going to walk away upset because a lot of y'all going to be hungry because you don't have enough to fulfill yourself. So if everybody brings something, we all win. We all eat. We all succeed. We all grow. We all get to where we want to get to. Okay? And that's what y'all are going to need, right? So I did watch your film. And you know what I see? I see a team that has talent. I see a team that has enough that may not even realize it. I see a team that has quick guards. I see a team that has, where's number 24 and number 20 at? Raise your hand. 2, 4, and 20, right? I see 2 guys that have Division I potential. It don't take long to scope it out. I see guys that have that size and that can enforce and impose their will in the game to really shift, right? I see hungry guards. Half of y'all guys is left-handed. So I see players, I see a nucleus of players and energy that can really do some stuff. But you got to believe it, right? The coaches can't keep telling you, you have to believe it and own it and take responsibility on a day-to-day basis. It's bigger than the skill, because the skill is there. It's bigger than coaching, because the coaching is there. It's about your mentality. And that's what this is all about, your mindset, right? The reason why there's the Kobes and the Jordans of the world is because it was their mindset, right? It was their will to win. It was their will to prepare themselves for any situation and go out there and execute. They wasn't watching the scoreboard. They wasn't checking, how many points I got, how many. They was worried about their legacy. They was like, I'm playing this game. I'm gonna play to the very best of my ability, and whatever happens, happens. Right? I'm gonna bring it every single day. I'm gonna bring it every single practice. I'm gonna be the most fearless competitor every single time. I'm not gonna take plays off. Right? How many of you guys have that mentality? We got it. We got one. Okay. So we got. What number are you? So I can remember on film. You don't know what number your jersey is?
He's injured right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a safe place to say that. That's a safe place to say that. But yeah. So we got one guy that said that they possess that. Right. So we're going to have some guys that rise up and take the lead. Who's going to take the lead? Who's going to take the lead? My guy right here. You're going to take the lead. It starts with one, right? But even he can't lead by himself. He's just brave enough to say it. Like, I respect that. Even if you're just playing, I still respect the confidence. Okay? So we're going to need him, and we're going to need about 2 or 3 more you guys to take the lead, right? Hold yourself accountable first. Don't be late to practice. Make sure you're getting up extra shots. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you're in class. Make sure that you're on top of your homework. Make sure that you're in the right environments. People not getting phone calls about you messing around and doing things that's going to potentially ruin your career. Because it don't take much, right? I've had a lot of friends who didn't make it to that level because of one bad decision, right? Don't be that guy who had all the talent in the world to do something but decided to do something the wrong way and end up losing it. Okay? So rise up and take responsibility. Take leadership, right? Follow your coaches. Listen to your coaches, right? Take the team from what you guys have now and build it every single day, right? 1% better, and you're going to get there. 1% better, you're going to get there. And you guys are going to reap the benefit at the end of the season, okay? So I want you guys to, right now, I want you to think about a moment, and I'm going to go around and ask you guys. Think about a moment, or it could be something, some things, plural, someone that makes you feel like you're disqualified from getting what you want in life. This thing happened in my life, and I feel like this thing disqualifies me from being successful.
What you mean by disqualified?
Disqualified means that it's over. Like you no longer, you cannot accept the cash once you pass go. Like you're disqualified from the game. Like you're disqualified from reaping the benefit of what God has for you because of a mistake that you made, a decision that you made, somebody in your life, something that has hindered you from feeling adequate enough to get what you feel like you deserve.
You asking?
I'm thinking, you ready to speak, you can. You got it.
My sophomore year.
Say it again, sir.
My sophomore year.
Okay. You want to talk about it?
I just got in trouble.
Okay.
Doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Okay. And so you feel like that is disqualifying you from reaping the blessings moving forward?
It's heading me back. Like, it's a setback.
Okay. That's big. Anybody else?
My freshman and sophomore year. Tearing my ACL twice.
Okay.
Surgery.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I thought I couldn't play no more.
But you back.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I want you guys to understand that the thing that you feel like has disqualified you is actually the thing that's going to help you become what you're supposed to be. Like the thing that you feel like, man, I did this, man, this thing is going to hold me back, is the very thing that's going to help just take you to the next level, believe it or not. Like that's the hardest thing, is like I want to be Division I, but nobody else really sees it. And you have to like wake up and be confident every single day in spite of your circumstance. Like you want to be D1, but you're a junior on JV. Like it's like that type of energy. So I'm like injured, working odd jobs, trying to keep my schedule flexible enough to where I could train and coach athletes in the evening times. So after doing that for 4 years, then I get a full-time coaching job at an international high school, doing that for 8 years. So you're talking about working a full-time job and building a full-time business. This is not a side hustle. Like this is something that requires effort and time every day. Going to the school from 7:30 to 4:30, getting in the car, driving 15 minutes down to the gym, being there from 5 to 9, every day for 8 years straight, right? And it got to the point to where the business was growing and flourishing at a good rate, a comfortable rate. And I had to release my job, which was perfect because God was showing me, once you let go of this, I'm gonna expand it even more. So I had to be willing to even be uncomfortable, even following the dream. So even after, man, okay, you got the gym, you got it going, it still wasn't ready for me to fully immerse myself in it yet because it wasn't at the standard that it needed to be for me to be able to do it full time. So imagine years of that, right? So you have the cycles of it not happening, the cycles of it happening, but now you're split. And now you have to have the faith to now go all in, right? So you got 3 different phases, right? 3 different phases of life, right? 3 different emotional states and decisions that have to be made in order to now be able to do it. Again, traveling the world, helping players all day and all night, work on their game and evolve, right? And so it's one of those things where whenever you get there, you realize, man, I can't see myself doing anything else. Like, being able to have a business that's thriving, that is a light in the community, is something that, only God could produce, right? Because, you can work hard, you can try this and try that, but you really don't know if it's going to pan out. Like, you really are living on faith fumes every day of like, God, is it going to happen? If I try this, is it going to work? And so doing that consistently, but always knowing that I have the vision, I have the purpose, I'm keeping that in mind, and that eventually he's going to sustain it, to where it's going to be able to stay forever. And so we've been 15 years, in the game, right? 15 years in the game. Most of y'all, how many of y'all 15? That's crazy. So that's crazy. Like I started training when y'all was 15 years old. When y'all were 15, when y'all weren't even born yet. And again, to get to this phase to where now 11,000 square feet of space, and it's moving, right? And being an entrepreneur. Again, it's nothing like it, like being able to wake up and do what you love to do every single day. I mean, I take that over being a player for me all day long, right? I don't have to answer nobody. I serve my clients, I serve my customers, but it's a living, breathing representation of what I had inside of me. And I get to walk into that every single day. So it's powerful, man. Words just can't express, being able to do what I do. How many of you guys want to be entrepreneurs one day? Good, man. So my advice to that is start early, is really start now. Whatever you're trying to do is get in those environments, right? Get in those spaces like, man, I want to have a barbershop. I want to do this, I want to do that. Get in those spaces and learn the ins and outs. Ask questions. When I was coming up, we were the first basketball facility in Dallas, like basketball specific, not like a PSA or like a field house, but like basketball training facility. And so there really wasn't a lot of blueprints to follow. There was a couple people that was willing to like share certain knowledge, but a lot of it was just trial and error. So the younger the better. If y'all can just get in those spaces and just soak it up, right? Like really ask people, what are your pain points? What are some of the hardest things? How do you scale? Like ask questions, do your research, really feel it, because whatever you do, be ready to do it forever. Because you can't build something like, I'm gonna do it for a little bit and then I'm gonna get off of it. Like, everything don't work that way. You have to be willing to show up every single day. So I'm prepared to do this for the rest of my life.